All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Real quick, man. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday. Uh, Without further ado, man, let's get right into it. What we're gonna be talking about in this video is about Paul George. That's right, Paul George, the man, the myth. The guy had decided that the Clippers is his home. Let's talk about what that means. Let's talk about what that means for Kawhi Leonard. Let's talk about what that means. Is he feeling the pressure? Or is he finally happy? And what does this mean for the Los Angeles Lakers? All right, let's get into it, man. All right, so first of all, one of the first things I want to talk about, man, is I think Paul George may be feeling a little the pressure here. And what I mean by that is, he came out and he said, the Clippers, this is where I want to be. This is where I want to retire. I love it here. And immediately after he made this statement, people said, well, yeah, you said that in Indiana too, and you said that in OKC. And both of those places, obviously, right after saying it, wasn't long before he departed. We all remember what happened in Indiana, him pretty much wanting out, and then going to OKC, making a statement saying, after becoming a free agent, re-signing with OKC, saying, hey, I think this could be, we can really make this thing work here. And then overnight, like that, he was gone. Kawhi made the phone call and picked him up out of there. So maybe he's feeling a little bit of pressure to prove people wrong. Like, no, I mean it. Like saying, maybe I mean it this time. I want to stay. And I want to stay with the Clippers. This is home. This is where I want to see my jersey and the Raptors at from retirement. Also, maybe he's finally happy. Let me say that. Maybe he's finally happy. I can understand someone just wanting to be home. That's one of the reasons why Kawhi went to LA. It's home. They knew it. It's familiar territory. And let's not act like LA isn't a great place. The sunset, the sun, the beautiful weather, the beaches, the lifestyle. LA brings that, and it can make you very happy. So maybe he's just genuinely happy. And if so, I got no problem with the man being happy. And being where you want to play. That's your choice. Now, the only thing is, I will say this: if, and it's a big if 2-3 years later, he's like, I want out. I don't want to be here no more. I want to trade. I want to go blah, blah, blah. People going to look at him side-eye again. Like, I thought you didn't. Okay. So, now, more importantly, what did this mean for Kawhi Leonard? Because if we go back a week? Remember, right after LeBron James signed, you were like, okay, we know AD is coming. We know AD is going to go ahead and sign that deal. Now, I don't know how close Paul George and Kawhi Leonard is. I don't know if it's like they're superstars on the court, but don't have a relationship off the court. If they actually have a great relationship off the court. From our perception of Kawhi Leonard, he's a man of few words. He's not the type that's going to be, to us. And again, when you hear people outside of, just fan, but when you like, I've watched videos with him and Kobe, he seemed real talkative, other little moments, he even had the meme, where he was like talking or whatever. But you don't know his personality, and how him and Paul George. Now, on one side of this, the coin, you want to say, well, maybe Paul George talked to Kawhi. Kawhi said he's staying. Paul said, sign me up. I'm here with you. I'm going to ride with you. Maybe that's his way of showing commitment to the organization, saying, hey, I understand you guys gave up a lot to get me. I want to fulfill my end of the bargain. That could be a possible case, because we know after 2020, until we hear something from Kawhi Leonard, right, he'll be a free agent after this upcoming season. After this season, he's a free agent. So maybe Paul George knows, wait, he's going to stay. So I'm going to go ahead and lock it in. Maybe that's his way of showing Kawhi, hey, man, I'm here with you. I'm riding this thing out with you. We're going to build this thing the right way. We're going to make it work. Also, I'm quite sure somewhere in Paul George's repertoire, right? When it's all said and done for him, he wants people to be able to look back and go, he was part of that. He was part of the reason the Clippers took that next step. Because we can have all the accolades in the world for the Clippers. We can have all the expectations for them, what I mean. But quite frankly, they haven't overcome that hump. So for him to get over that hump and be a part of that, that really helps his legacy. I think that could be a huge legacy play. Now, on the court, Paul George is one of those guys, because I remember, and sometimes I feel like I should go play my old videos, but I don't. I'll let y'all hear me say it. But if you follow the channel, you remember there was a point, like we understand what Paul George did towards the end of that run, but it was a point in the bubble where he was like hot, and we forget that he was on fire at one part of that bubble. I think that was right as they first got into the bubble. He started seeming to get it going. And we was excited. I know I was excited to see him, be better. Like playing good. He was playing great. It seemed like everyone else was coming along, but he was hitting his shots, and then it kind of fell off the wayside real fast. So the question for the Los Angeles Clippers and Clipper Nation and stuff like that is, which Paul George, are you gonna get? Because the only thing on his resume is, you got to close the deal. You gotta show up when it's needed most. And that's the one thing that's been an Achilles heel for him. I mean, he got a hell of a running mate in Kawhi Leonard. Assuming Kawhi resigns, we'll see what happens with that. But assuming he resigns, he got a closer with him. He got someone that have performed under the pressure. Someone that knows what it's like to step up when it's needed most. So that's an element of something that he can actually learn from Kawhi, and I think it could really work. Now, again, it's all about whether Kawhi decides to re-sign long-term to match Paul George, and then at that point, you got the Battle of L.A. You got the Battle of L.A. for years to come, at least next 4. But it's all about what Kawhi decides to do. For Paul George, I do think he wants to change the narrative. He wants to change the narrative of his. Now, $226 million. Don't help. I mean, don't hurt. Sorry, it don't help. It don't hurt. in route of trying to change my in light of trying to change the narrative, $226 million helped me really want to stay here. Now, also, and I'm gonna close it with this because I'm gonna talk about this again later. But let's not act like the Clippers are not, in my opinion, the #1 team next to knock the Lakers off their throne. Yeah, the Lakers on the throne right now. They won the chip. It is what it is. But the Clippers, they haven't fell off. Like, they haven't fell off that much. And again, I don't want to go too deep in that. I got a whole video coming up about that. Y'all know, yeah, I'm a Laker fan, diehard. We the champs. But I always keep it honest, and I always keep it real. And the knock is the superstar treatment, blah blah blah. Maybe all that's gone now. Maybe they're focused. But Paul George has signed it's an extension. So he signed 4 more years until he had another year, so making it a 5-year, $226 million deal. Congratulations to Paul George. Congratulations to the Los Angeles Clippers. You locked your guy up. So let's see what, I guess, next is all up to Kawhi. Thank you guys for watching. With that being said, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, you guys be great, man.